My name is Chutpisit Spawasu. Okay, like the localization in the game. I mean, doing the localization is not that easy if you think about it. Okay, um, I am making the games called Not Win, which is the card game. And imagine that you have like a tons of card, okay, and a tons of you know status, right? The card can give the status to player like that, and it's like a tons of things going around. Like this card can give this status, like card A gives status B to the player, and so on and so on. And that is the interconnected keyword in the game, right? Actually, if you think about it, not just only the card game that have a lot of these problems, right? Any games can have it, right? So, like, sorry, and sometimes about the localization, um, it's like if you don't prepare well enough, um, you're gonna get some kind of scenario that the game that you made is already finished, and then the marketing in your team just come into the meeting room and say, yay, we almost finished our project. So the next step is to localize your game into like 8 languages. And if you can see that some of your guys in the team just face spamming themselves, then you're doomed. Right? So I'm here to share about the things that we have kind of solved it in like in the Nordwind project. Today I'm gonna split the section into 3 parts. Okay, so the first one is the basic of the localization in Unreal Engine. Then the next two is like the problem that we faced in the project, and we share the solution to you guys. Okay, but for the basic one, I mean the basic localization, I will just skim through it really fast. Okay. Um, Actually, if you interested more and want to deep dive into it, you can like I already put the link to the document that the official of the Epic Games about the localization and internationalization. Okay, so I suggest you to check check about it. It's really neat and already cover all of the basic here. So the basic here just for make everyone on the same page. Okay, so let's start with the basic of the localization. Um, the the I used to be like a newbie engineer who like why there is like 3 string type in the Unreal Engine. Okay, there is string, there is name, and text. But today I will tell you why we have to use text. Okay, everyone knows string, right? Everyone knows. I don't know if everyone knows names or not, but yeah, name just as the name imply, you should use it to name things. So I will not cover it here. So why we have to use text? There is actually you can use text like others. Okay, just change its variable type from string to text, and make sure that um, it's hardly to find a project that can use only string everywhere. If you use string everywhere, then you making it like it's not a good move. Okay, at some point you have to use text, right? Actually, if you have to put something into the UMG, they force you to use text, right? Okay, the reason number one, text was designed at the first place to support the localized system. Okay, yeah, I know it's really like kind of hidden, but if you press the little flag button there, it shows up some weird UI here, which is like you can control to localize it, to use the string table and whatever. Okay. The second reason is that it designed so you can use the string table with the text. Okay. What is a string table? And I hope that you guys use it. Like, you can never overuse the string table. You should use it if you can, right? The string table is like it's an asset that you can create. Okay. And the point of it is that you can have keys here. I don't know if it's too like small for you guys, but yeah, there is a key and a string, right? So you can like organize everything into keys and value here. So every time that you want to, like, you can see here, I have the hello Unreal here because I refer to the ST system A2 key. So it's grab these sort of source string and put it there for you. And that's mean if you want to change it later to like hello world 2, hello world, whatever, hello universe, anything that related that you already picked, it will change. Okay. So your life will be like less miserable doing things with text. The reason number 3 is that you can use format text. Okay. We like as a programmer, we always do like string concatenating, right? You have a plus sign and with the string, but formats it's a lot better. Okay, it's like having a you can make a markup with the bracket here, right? I can feed A and B as a markup for the format text, and then anytime that you um, you want A to be things like hello and B to be world, so the format text will like give you the result of hello world here. Okay, and this is really cool about the format text. Okay, if you, I mean, in some language, there's a plural form and gender form. Okay, plural form is like you have to put the s and es for some. I mean, if you have cats that it's more than one, yeah. So this kind of do it for you automatically. If you put one here, it select is for you, and it select cat without an s for you. But if you put 2 here, it will be cats with s. So your life is less miserable. Okay, that's the first basic that I want to cover. The next basic is how to set up the localization workflow for you to work. Okay, I will just skim through. So the first thing is you have to add. I mean, you have to tell the packaging system, setting to have like more language that you want to package out. Okay, to ship, right? And it's there. It's inside of the advanced tab here. All right. When you just press it here, oh, actually, this is the project setting, right? You can like in this case, I just put the Thailand here. Okay, so that's mean when you ship, you can ship Thai language with your product. Okay, and this is the first step that you have to do because the second step needs it. Every time that you want to debug your game, right? You sometimes want to change the language when you're developing, right? And you can do that by go to the editor preference here, and then there is a region and language tab, okay? And there's a preview game language there, so you can just change it to whatever language that you allow it to package, okay? And after that, I mean, that's the process that you have to do, okay? So this is the next basic that I want to skim through, the localization dashboard. I will talk about where to access it, what it is, and the anatomy of it. Okay, where to access the localization dashboard. Okay, it's inside of the tools menu, and you can like click on the localization dashboard there. So this is the localization dashboard. It's like fancy UI here. It's kind of it organized in some way, okay? But what it does is that it's a centralized system, okay? When you have to do something about the localization, you have to be here, okay? But basic is that you have like text variable there and here and whatever, wherever you put the text variable, right? These guys just grab it, gather that, and organize it in the target. So, but this is the anatomy of it. Okay, this is the target, and on the right side is the configuration of the target that you have. Okay, you can add more target here, and when you click on the target, it will show up here. It will show up here. Okay. There is a how to say, this is the main thing, and you have the configuration of it, and then each target can have like more cultures. This is the list of the languages that you want to translate for the target. Okay, the target is basically the configuration that tells the localization dashboard like where you can grab this folder is for you. Okay, you can add more target, like if you have cards folder and you want to organize the card into the cards target, you can do that by pointing to the folder that you need. And if you have like, okay, this is for the relics, you can create a relics target and let it point to another folder. Hope that's clear. Okay, and the simple workflow that you can work on, right? As I said, you have to use text first, and you have to make sure that you have a little tick that tells it to localize. Okay, the namespace is optional. The number two, when you like have a lot of text variable, okay, after that you have to add a new target in the localization dashboard. And then this is a serious thing, okay? When you try to do this, you have to change the loading policy from never to games, all right? But there is a bug, like from 4.1 each 1 2 whatever, it won't allow you to change it, and people just freak out that why. Okay, the reason is I don't know, but you just have to restart the engine one time, and now after you open the localization dashboard again, it will allow you to change from never to games again. All right, so after you change it, make sure that you tell it the path, what folder you want this target to grab the text for you, right? You can just add the wildcard here, okay? And after that, you add new cultures, okay? In my case, I add like Thai TH here, okay? And just remember the 0 number here, okay? We'll use it later. After that, we will press the gather text, right? When you press the gather text button, the gather text dialog will pop up, okay? You just wait a little bit, and then you can like, if you can see the little green tick, it's okay, you're fine. And then after that, you will see this number should turn from 0 to 2 or whatever, how many variable of the text variable that you have in your targets, okay? And then after that, you can just press these little button here. Hope you can see that, okay? That one bring you to the translation editor, okay? I know it's like whatever, come here. Okay, the really important thing is that you can see you can make a translation in this translation editor, right? For now, I used like Thai translation here for this text, okay? These are the text that it's gathered for you, right? And now, after that, when you finish your translation, okay, it's not that fast, trust me. It's like you have like 100 in the list, okay? You can save it, and then this is really important also. You have to compile it, okay? Don't ever test your game without compile the text. If you want to check on the localization, something will like missing, something will like incorrect result, okay? And this is the remark, okay? When you're done the process that I already told you, you can use the standalone mode. Please make sure to use the standalone mode. Don't use the PIE or plain editor, okay? The plain editor cannot handle the localization well, okay? So inside of the standalone mode, you can just type in the console command here, like language equal th in my case, and it will be your locale code, right? And the game will switch from English to Thai in this case. Or you can use the blueprint that's shown here that's called set current language and locale to do the same thing. Remark number 2, these buttons, like it's kind of copies from like they use the same buttons here and here, right? So the thing is that we have 3 groups of it. The thing is that this one is for individual culture, okay? And if you press one of these buttons here, it will do all of the cultures for you. Like if you want to compile the text, you can just press here and it will compile all of the cultures for you, okay? You doesn't have to like click every button in the list, okay? And this one is for for all targets. Okay, if you have like 10 targets, you can just press it here and it will compile all the target, all of the culture that it has for you, just one click. And that's all the basics, okay? And now is the problem that I face in the development, okay? As I said, imagine that you have the card and this card can have like give the strength to the player, give the whatever, it's a status, right? You have like weakness status, and at some point the team just said, nah, strength is too boring, just change to something. And imagine that in your Excel, in your like CSV file has like 40 times of it everywhere. You don't know where the card it's linked into the text itself, right? So you have to have the manual work, go through every Excel file, and then use find and replace, right? So it's happened in the not also, and we have to change everything. We have to change something, so our life is less miserable. Okay. I will call it the problem is as interconnected text, right? So what are we looking for here? We want a system that works like a relational database in the text system, and it must be easy for the localizer to understand, right? We have like 10 localizer working into this system, and it should be easy for the developer to manage also. Okay, and what do we have? We already have the text formatting system in the engine, like I told you in the basics, and we already have the string table asset. Okay, the text formatting is great, right? But there is only one problem that we don't prefer. Okay, imagine that you want to have the like this is the card name, the basic attack, and you have to put it inside of the text in the card, other cards, right? These workflow needs the programmer to do it. Like you have to have like the blueprint to work on this, right? Can it be like something that done inside of the details panel here? Okay, it should be great. Okay, so the thing is, yes, you can do it. We will create a UMG text blocks, a new kind of text blocks that handles the formatting inside of the details panel for us. All right. It will be something like this. I hope you can see it. If you have like a markup that tells you to have a card name is here, and you want it to show as a whirlwind card name, right? And that name can be defined inside of the string table here. Your life will be less messy, right? So we will try to do it here. But I'm sorry for the artist here, okay? Because we need C++ on this. But trust me, it's not that hard, okay? The system is already there. We just have to export it to the blueprint. Okay, just go with me. Just like the thing is, when you want to format text inside of the C++, it needs something that called f format name arguments like this. Okay, it needs to be put like into the format. Okay, the thing is, this guy just act like a key and value for you. You can add keys and value to it. Okay, so we will expose that functionality through the function library in C++. Okay, like this, we tell them to please add this key and this text as an argument. Okay, so after that, we can call this format text name argument and pass the wrapper. Okay, so sorry, I lost it. These f format name arguments it's not you cannot use it in the blueprint. They don't expose it for you. So we making something like a wrapper. It's a struct that blueprint type, so it's exposed onto the blueprint, right? It just wrap this. Okay. Let me skip through some. So the thing is that we will have the wrapper here, okay, and we will loop through some kind of key and value and add it, right? If we have like tens of key and value here, we will add and store inside of this variable, okay? And after that, we can use that to feed into our function, and it will be automatically output the text that we want, right? Okay, back to the UMG widget, right? You can say that normally, if you want to do the text blocks, right, you should derive it or inherit it from the text block, right? Or if you want to use the rich text blocks, you want to use the common text blocks, you have to derive like it's a child of the parent. But I will do like the composition here, okay? I will create a new widget, but it will have the name slot in it, okay? And the name slot, after that we pre-constructed, we will try to cast whatever inside the name slot that the user put for us, okay? And if we can see that it's a text block, we go this way. If it's a rich text block, we go that way. We go that way, okay? I know it's like, it's not in a programming neat way, but the thing is that, do you know that rich text block is not have the same parents as a text. So you cannot call set text to the, to the parent. So you cannot do like a polymorphism, right? So we have to go this way. And another thing is that we have like weird things here. String table text reference, okay? What is it? The thing is we cannot have the asset I mean, we cannot have the variable in the blueprint that point to the string table. I don't know why you can do it in C++, but not in blueprint. Okay, the thing is that I have to do something like this. So when you want to tell this system what the string table is referenced, I just point to the key of it. I know it's weird, but like I said, I am a barbarian here. So after we know what string table we want to point to, we can get the table ID of it, and then we get all keys and loop through it. Okay, we get the value of it, the string from the right side, right? Sorry, a lot of jumps here. Yeah, left side is key, right side is value. We have like keys and value and match each of them and add it into the wrapper and let the wrapper output the text that format inside of the C++ for us. So this is the result. The user just have to put whatever text that we support in the kind of waterfall casting, right? You can put like common text here, and you have to like put the common text to the casting also. But yeah, as you can see, we have the system that we want. The whirlwind is there. Okay. So that's the first problem that in that solution. So we can have like maybe it's a glossary text. We use the string table as a glossary, right? And let every UI link to that. And every time it sees the bracket or the square, whatever we use to format, it will replace the text for us automatically, right? This is the problem number 2. Okay. Like, okay, the problem number 2 happens because the localizer that want to localize for Nodewin comes from come from around the world, and they are volunteer, right? We don't want to lose them. But the thing is, some of them doesn't have the powerful PC to just download the entire, the great Unreal Engine, right? It's like 80 gigabyte now. I hope I don't remember the real number, but yeah, and we don't want to let them learn the things inside the Unreal Engine. We want them to have the tools that suits them, right? And another problem is that some tools that call CAT, right, is a computer-assisted translation. I hope that you can, maybe you heard about Cloudin, and yeah, it's a tools that let you translate things easier, right? It's have a fee, so we want something that is free here. Okay. Another is we want the game designer to have full control of every text, right? We don't want like when game designer want to change something, they have to like contact the localizer to change those keywords for him, right? So next problem is that we want to automate the process. Imagine that we have 10 each localizer, and then one day the game designer just say, yeah, we changed one content inside of this character, and then you have to tell 10 people to do something, and then French guy just tell you today that it will be done. German guy say it's next 2 days will be done, and it can be like really messy here. So we have to we have to do something about it. Okay. I will call this problem everyone will be happy. Okay, and except the tools programmer. Okay. What are we looking for? We need a free tool it must be easy for collaboration as a team, right? And no one have to, I mean, we need a minimal learning curve here, okay? Because like people come from around the world, we don't have to set up the section that tells everyone how to use Unreal and whatever. And it should be automatable. I mean, it can be automated. It should be. What do we have? Okay, we have Google Drive and Google Sheet, which is free. Yeah, we can import the CSV file from this. I mean, you can import any CSV file into string table. Okay, and you can write the script. I mean, CSV is basically a text file, okay, with a key and yeah. So your programmer can change anything in the text file, I believe. So yeah, we have these tools already. We just have to connect the piece to make it work for us, okay? The solution is we will export the CSV file from the Google Sheet and let it act like a glossary for you, okay? That sheet should be linked. I mean, it should be linked to the game designer. I mean, I'd say it's lucky that our game designer already do anything inside of the Google Sheet, so it's easier for us to make a tool in Google Sheet, okay? And that Google Sheet, I mean, the glossary Google Sheet can be linked to the localizer, right? So they can have like, they can localize anything in the glossary. And we can do a script for like many languages that you want to automate this system. Okay, that's the solution. So first that we want to make them happy is the localizer. Okay, so we will do kind of folder structure inside of the Google Sheet. Okay, I will do like the folder that followed by the culture here, right? So it's easier for you to scale up if you have like new language that you want to do. You can just create a new folder here and add like the culture code followed by LOC here, okay? And then inside of each folder, we will create two Google Sheet file. One called lib, another called log. So don't judge the naming here, okay? I'm a programmer and we call everything library, okay? But in the in the localizer team should call glossary, okay? So basically lib is a glossary, okay? And then in the lib file, in the glossary file, we do something like this. You have to have the keys and source string, and you have to exactly spell it like this, okay? Without the proper spelling, import from CSV inside of the string table won't work, right? So as you can see, we have like, this one is for the name of the car and whatever, name of the town, name of whatever, yeah. And we will import it into the string table here. We good? And then for the for the LOC file, the file that each localizer have to use, we will create the new sheet here. All right, and then we will use the import range. I don't think it's called function, it's called formula, right? The import range formula to link the data to this file. Okay, so we can have like our linker, which is the key and the value here. Okay, and then another sheet, you can have something like this. Please focus on like lib keyword countdown here. And you can do some fancy formula, which I not cover here, I'm sorry, to change it from keyword countdown to the countdown. Okay, it's like we do the glossary things that already done in the Unreal Engine, but we do it for the localizer here also. So it's make them more happy, I guess, that they can see the result here when they change anything. Okay. So we can do the same. We can use the same concept for the game designer side, right? And hopefully that your game designer use Google Sheet like us. But yeah, you can use just import range. But in this time, I will import these and these column for them, right? So they can see if the keys match, okay, it will grab something from here that it's already glossary. Sorry, it already like replaced by glossary system here, so they can see anything. Okay, they don't have to jump from sheet to sheet to match the key themselves. Okay, and now this is the most like complex part. Okay, the developer have to be happy, which is really hard. So I will just focus on the high concept here. Okay, actually you can tell the concept to your programmer and let them use whatever language they want. Okay, the thing is we will deal with the PO file, which is, I will spoil you. PO file is a text file here. Okay, what is it? PO file is the things that Unreal Engine generate for us. Actually, it's for other tools like Cloudin to work on. Okay, you can just let the localization dashboard export the PO file for you and use PO file outside of the Unreal Engine. Okay, but to automate it, I found out that if I change the collapse mode into the identical text identity, name plus key, namespace plus key, and change the format to the Cloudin, it's easier for me to automate things. Okay, and now you look into the folder structure that Unreal Engine generate for us. Okay, every time that you create a new target and you look inside of the content / localization folder, you will see that it will create the same name of the target there. Okay, and if we look inside more, you can see that there is the folder that use the same culture code like the cultures that you have for that target. Okay, we are inside of the system target here. Okay, so we can see en and th. It's respect the culture that we have. Okay, and we go dig deeper inside of the th. So right now there is no thing generated for you, but if you just press the little button here called export translation for this culture, okay, you can save the PO file out, right? At this point, normally people will just use the PO file and feed it into the Cloudin, feed it into like whatever program that they want to use, okay? Like PO editor can also read the PO file. But we will dig deep inside the PO file, okay? So as I said, PO file is just a text file. It's like JSON, it's like XML, but it's in a PO file format, okay? And we can see that there is a MSG ID and MSG str here. This is the THTH file, though, PO file of the THTH, okay? That's mean, I will jump, and that's mean if we can somehow put the string here and then we import it into the engine, right? It will translate it for you. Okay, so the concept is we already have the LOC file and LAB file, right? We will, sorry, let him go back. This is the very important things. Each MSG ID is organized as a string, as a key and value, okay? And what we have to do is match the key and value inside of the PO file with the key in the CSV file we have, right? Because the content that is, the translated content is in the CSV file here, right? So if we can automate anything that match this key and grabs the content and put it there for you, you have the automation already, okay? For me, I will use Lua language here as I'm very familiar with it, but you have to let your programmer in your team decide what language for you. I will just paste the code here just to look more fancy, okay? You can look into it after, but this is the thing that I want to show. You have to like construct the key, okay? So it can match what is it here, okay? That's the high concept of it, okay? And after you run the script, you can run it for like many cultures that you want, right? And then we have to import it here back into the engine. It's like we acting like a crowding like our cat tools, right? You can see that the data will be it will be put it there for you, and that's it. That is what the heavily complex system for make our life more easier, okay? So if you are still curious, you can have more in-depth in this link, okay? That is my email and my LinkedIn. That is my LinkedIn also. Yeah, and I hope that I cover all the things that help you out in your production.